Hello, everybody. It's the Film Optimist. Today I'm talking about the rise and fall of WCW. Think about this shit. The WCW World Championship Wrestling, the WCW World Championship Wrestling, didn't just succeed during its run, it dominated. The Monday Night Wars were crazy, and looking from now to then, every little thing that happened back then was either a win or a loss. Huh? These guys were expert tacticians when it came to how they gained the upper hand. The stars they had: Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Goldberg. The storylines, the NWO. In one of their craziest plans, WWF spoilers. See, they'd send someone a Raw, which was taped at the time, and spy on the show. Then the sadistic bastards would open their show by telling their viewers everything that they had that had happened on Raw, while Raw was on the air. Fucking genius. But they had their missteps as well. The finger poke of doom. David Arquette winning the WCW championship. Too many NWO members. Damn WCW, you could have won, but they didn't. The acquisition of WCW by Vince McMahon shook the foundation of the wrestling business. And the rest, as they often say, is history. Who says 9 hours is a complete waste of time? But please pace yourself. And then I actually found out the whole story's on disc one, which is less than 2 hours. The other two discs have a multitude of matches that they already went over, so there was no reason to view them, really. I mean, there were reasons to do that because I fucking wanted to. I mean, you need to watch all the matches for the context. I feel like if you're a true wrestling nerd, like I used to be, I'm still a wrestling nerd to an extent, but I don't watch anymore. I just look at results. It's just too much. There's just too much. I play the games, play the fuck out of the games. Um, yeah, let's analyze this shit because I just got into it with somebody. I get into it with people on Facebook all the time. Um, I say all the time. I haven't in a while, but the last time I did, it was about this. Let me find my friend because I texted him about it. Um, yep. Yep. Okay. I said this clown's arguing with me about WCW's downfall. So they showed a picture of the finger poke of doom. And for those that don't know what the finger poke of doom is, for the casuals, for wrestling fans that are new to the scene that don't know shit about WCW, what was it? I think Nash, Hogan was champion at the time, or was it Nat? Was it Hogan was challenging Nash for the championship. Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan at the time, was part of NWO Black and White. They separated the two groups. NWO Black and White were like the villains. In NWO Wolfpack, Too Sweet, they were headed by Kevin Nash. They had kind of like a dissension. You know, they split, created their own factions. Wolfpack was the red and black, and it was cooler. They were more fan favorites, I guess. I'm saying this as someone who didn't really watch WCW, so I might be getting some of the facts wrong. But I know that during a match, Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, is going after the WCW World Title. Kevin Nash has the championship, and they're squaring up and everything. And then Hogan just pokes his chest and he throws himself back. Oh, and then he pins him, and then haha, 1, 2, 3, and yay, new champion. And then he's like, you thought the NWO was over? Like, no. And then they're back together, I guess, or some kind of bullshit. Who cares? On the other channel, they had already fucking spoiled the show, and they said that Mick Foley, Mankind, was going to win the WWF World Championship. And Tony Schiavone quite famously said, yeah, that'll put a lot of butts in seats. And it did. For the first time, I think ever, in the history of both programs, WWF won in the ratings. And then I don't think WCW ever won again. They constantly started making misstep after misstep after misstep. Their booking decisions were fucking terrible. Were fucking atrocious. I mentioned 3 stars here. Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and Goldberg. And these 3 people have become so polarizing since I wrote this review. back in 2013, over 10 years ago almost. Um, Definitely 10 years ago, almost 11. So, Ric Flair, Dark Side of the Ring. He exposed his dick on a plane drunkenly and to a woman. That's SA. Shouldn't have did that. Shouldn't have done that shit. But it's Ric Flair's character. You know, that's just who he is. You know, who cares? Hulk Hogan dropped the N word. Just a humongous liar. Huge piece of shit. And not even the best wrestler, honestly. Like, super Hulk Hogan. Like, yes, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, all that bullshit. The Hulkamania was real, and you can't deny that. You can't deny the effect that he had on the business. But my God, this motherfucker. Like, we talk about people burying other people. He had the shovel and he buried so many fucking people, or attempted to, and tell people wise up to his bullshit. I'm like, bro, you were not that fucking good. Could he wrestle? Yes, but he often was very lazy in the ring and didn't really give a fuck about anything except putting himself over. And Goldberg, don't get me fucking started on Goldberg. This motherfucker's green as shit still. This dude cannot fucking wrestle to save his life. They gave him this massive winning streak. I forgot how many wins he had exactly, but that's what got him over. He looked intense. He came out. The presentation was amazing, but he could not wrestle. And then years later, he comes to the WWE at this time, and has a pretty subpar run because he can't fucking wrestle. He returns years and years later, and he can't fucking wrestle. He sucks in the ring. He fights Brock Lesnar. And he beats Brock Lesnar in like 5 fucking seconds. It was weird. It was like, what the fuck is this? And like, you know, spear, picks him up, jackhammer. He looked good, but it's a short fucking match. He made Brock Lesnar look like a pussy. And Brock Lesnar beat the streak. So this also made Undertaker look even worse. Some people have used the argument, what was the element of surprise? Okay, it's still bullshit. And then Goldberg beat Kevin Owens for the Universal title. I was so pissed. This whole time, I was like, why? Why are we doing this? And he sucked horribly. He needs to retire. Hulk Hogan is retired. Stay retired. Ric Flair is retired, but he's AEW's one of their newest acquisitions, and I don't want to shit on AEW. I don't want to be that guy, but holy fuck, what a terrible, terrible acquisition. Yeah, the finger poke of doom happens. Mankind wins the WWF Championship. I don't think they win the ratings ever again. And a lot of that is Vince Russo's doing. He was terrible. With the Vince McMahon filter, he did a lot better. Vince McMahon, humongous piece of shit, but he did do a lot for the business. He did a lot. It can't be denied. David Arquette winning the WCW Championship. Okay, he's a celebrity. Why are we putting a belt on a celebrity? Now, I will argue, Vince Russo is a worse WCW champion than David Arquette. David Arquette actually had respect for this business. I've said that many times before. Vince Russo, all he does is talk shit, and that's what he's paid to do. So, cool, get your money, but that's all you're paid to do, is just talk shit nonstop. You don't like WWE, you claim to not watch it, and you hate their program, and yada yada yada, and then you can't keep WWE's dick out of your fucking mouth. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's annoying as fuck. Too many NWO members, yes. That's why me and this guy got into it. Finger poke of doom, they never won, the ratings were after that. Someone said they hated that so much when they saw it on TV. The clown says, newsflash, it's scripted. They wanted to piss you off. Congratulations, you got played. And I said, and now they don't exist anymore. Expertly played by WCW, with an eye rolling emoji. He said, one faction has stood the test of time, making my comment irrelevant. I was like, how? Then I played with them. I said, DX, the Heart Foundation, the LWO, who just reformed. And then he got mad. He said, imagine coming online. He got mad. He said, oh, wait. What is it? So he got mad, yeah, and he was like, I was talking about the NWO or whatever, and I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about, but the fact that, like, I'm playing around with you and making you mad, like, just shows, like, you're getting mad for no reason right now. Like, it shows that your comments are relevant. The NWO don't exist anymore. WCW doesn't exist anymore. This, what are you talking about? Like, why are you defending a dead company? It's the weirdest shit. I get it. I get it. People loved WCW. That's awesome. I'm glad they like WCW. My brother-in-law loved WCW. He preferred WCW over the WWF at the time, and it's like that's cool. But WWE still exists and WCW does not. Just saying. Um. Anyway, yeah, this is a very nice DVD. Very nice compilation. I think there's a Rise and Fall of ECW as well that I want to check out. I don't think I've checked that one out yet. Um, but yeah, you guys have a good one, and take care. Who in the comments below? Who is your favorite WCW superstar? All right, bye.